Good morning, cousins. Grab your coffee, your tea, your water, whatever you're drinking, and come sit down with me. Because today's conversation, baby, this one might make us clean up a few things. Today's word is order. And I'm not talking about placing another order online because some of us hear order and immediately start adding things to a cart. No, ma'am. I'm talking about getting things in order. Our time, our priorities, our money, our business, our plans, our responsibilities. Because sometimes we keep asking for more when the truth is we haven't organized what we already have. And cousins, more added to confusion usually just gives you more confusion. So today we're going to talk about getting some things in order. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been busy all day and then looked back at the end of the day and wondered, what did I actually get done? Because I have. You answered messages. You looked at emails. You moved some things around. You checked social media. You started one thing, then remembered something else, then went over there, then came back, and somehow 8 hours disappeared. Cousins, being busy and being productive are not the same thing. Sometimes the problem isn't that we don't have enough time. The problem is that everything is competing for the same time. Everything feels urgent. Everything feels important. And when everything is a priority, nothing is really a priority. Order says, what actually needs my attention first? Not what's loudest, not what's newest, not what somebody else is doing. What needs my attention right now? And baby, let's talk about business because business can get messy real quick. You have products over here, packaging over there. Something you bought 3 months ago that you forgot you even had. Notes in your phone, notes on paper, ideas in your head, orders you meant to write down, pictures you still need to take, content you planned but never posted. And then what do? We go buy something else. Now, cousins, how are we going to manage more when we can't find what we already bought? Sometimes you don't need another product, you need an inventory system. Sometimes you don't need another business idea, you need to finish the one you already started. Sometimes you don't need another sale. You need to know whether the sales you already made were actually profitable. That's order. Because when things are organized, you can see what you have, you can see what you need, you can see what's working, and you can stop making decisions based on confusion. And cousins, order isn't just about having a clean desk. This goes deeper than that. Sometimes we need order in our minds. We're thinking about tomorrow while trying to handle today. We're worried about next month while sitting in this week. We're carrying 10 things in our head that need to be written down somewhere. And then we wonder why we feel overwhelmed. Sometimes peace comes from putting things where they belong. This needs to happen today. This can wait until tomorrow. This is important. This is not. This is mine to handle. And this? Baby, this doesn't belong to me at all. Whew. Some of us need to put that one down. Everything does not deserve your attention. Everything does not deserve an immediate response. And everything does not belong on today's list. Order gives you room to breathe. Because once you know what matters, you can stop giving equal energy to everything. So here's the part I really want us to sit with today. We spend a lot of time asking for more opportunities, more customers, more money, more growth, more visibility, more responsibility. But sometimes we need to ask ourselves, am I managing what I already have well? Because more isn't always the answer. If your schedule is already out of control, more responsibilities may not feel like a blessing. If you don't know where your money is going now, more money may disappear just as quickly. If you can't keep up with 10 customers, 100 customers might overwhelm you. If your inventory is already scattered, buying 20 more boxes isn't going to fix it. Order prepares you for increase. Let me say that again. Order prepares you for increase. Because when the opportunity comes, you don't want to spend all your time trying to figure out where everything is. You want to be ready to move. So cousins, here's your challenge for today. Pick one area of your life that needs order. Just one. Maybe it's your schedule. Maybe it's your finances. Maybe it's your inventory. Maybe it's your workspace. Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's all those ideas floating around in your head. Don't try to fix everything today. Pick one area and bring some order to it. Write it down. Make the list. Organize the products. Check the numbers. Finish the task. Decide what needs to happen first, because sometimes progress doesn't look like adding something new. Sometimes progress looks like finally getting control of what you already have. And remember this, before you ask for more, make sure you're making room for more. That's our coffee conversation for today. Now talk back to me in the comments. What is one area you need to get in order? Mine might be sitting right beside yours. We're working on this together. If this conversation helped you, subscribe and come back for our next coffee conversation with Cousin Keekee. Bring your goals, bring your plans. And cousins, let's get some things in order. I'll see you next time.